How would you keep your sanity if you knew you were going to spend the rest of your life in prison?
Prison is like, it's like the same thing every single day. Every day is the same as the last day. You have to make or find your own way of a sense of freedom within the walls. For example, play handball. That's what I did. I would spend literally hours playing handball, but other people find different things to do in prison, such as maybe doing drugs or extortion or whatever. There's all kinds of things that could be done in prison. There was a lot of times where I was like living day to day, one day at a time. I didn't really know if I was going to go home. I was sentenced never to go home.
Timothy Tyler was 23 years old when he was arrested for the sales of approximately $4,000 worth of LSD. He was eventually handed 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole. But after serving more than 26 years behind bars, Tim was freed after receiving a clemency from President Obama. Now living in Maine, we visited Tim to find out just how you kill the time in prison when you've been handed a life sentence.
Where's the clemency thing?
I think it's right here.
Oh, it's in there. That's right. Thanks. This is from the White House, and this is a letter from Obama to me. And it says, I wanted to personally inform you that I am granting your application for computation. I believe in your ability to prove the doubters wrong and change your life for the better. So good luck and Godspeed. Sincerely, Barack Obama. In the past couple years, I felt like I was on this roller coaster ride because I spent like 24 years without a release date. When I was given a clemency, I was given a date. So I actually have the comprehension of knowing how it feels to live in prison without a release date, and then also how it feels with a release date.
Well, it's the difference between hope and hopelessness, very simply. You can't give somebody hope. You can take it away from them. And if they have a date, at least there's the potential that they'll be able to hold on to some sense of hope.
Dr. James Gilligan is a psychiatrist and a lecturer at NYU School of Psychology and the School of Law. He has been studying the effects of prison on inmates for decades.
They're dealing with survival from day to day. How can you engage in that long-term process that we call education and that we also call maturation, that is maturing, becoming an adult? How can you do those things when you are in a situation where all you can do is figure out, how am I going to survive one more day in this place? And not always because of the threat of immediate danger. I'd say the sheer boredom.
You have to make your own schedule or a routine. In prison, it's like every single day the same thing. So I built my routine to play handball for as much as possible. It would help me block everything out. Even though I'm in prison, I was able to play handball and laugh, and enjoy it, play with people that also enjoyed it.
It's important for the prisoner to find his own way of creating structure. Not the rules of the prison don't help create structure at all. They have the opposite effect, I would say. If you can create for yourself an activity that is meaningful to you, that is structured, like if you're playing a game, the game has rules, but you're imposing the rule. You decide which are the rules you accept and you play by them. And you cooperate with other people in that.
I would feel way better after I'm done playing. Like if I'm out there playing for like 3 hours, I used a lot of energy up and I felt satisfied and happy. And then I would stay there till like 3:30 in the afternoon, you know. Or if everybody left at say 2:30, then I would try to get some sun. I'd sit in the sun for at least an hour.
you lose track with nature. You know, the best thing that I could do, and I did, was I would walk outside to the rec yard, and I would take my shoes and socks off, and I would walk on the grass. Very few people did it, you know, in prison, because, you know, you're supposed to go by this, you know, I'm tougher than you mentality and all that. But I did it anyways, because I felt like I was trying to be part of the earth again.
I mean, when people have spent decades in this kind of setting, you deprive them of the sources that, for most of us, help to maintain our sense of our own identity.
Music is like, and like my whole life, you know, I'm a big Grateful Dead fan. I love their music. When I first went to prison, from 1992 until 2012, which is 20 calendar years, we didn't have access to, you know, cassettes, CDs, or MP3 for that matter. And I played some of it for myself on guitar at times, but I also would call my sister on a telephone, and my sister would play The Days Between over the phone for me. And every time I heard that song, it would help me for up to a few months.
If music is your primary joy in life, what would that do to a human being to take that away from them for 20 years?
I would say that it comes as close as anything I've mentioned to what I would call soul murder. That's not a term I invented. It's been used in a number of different contexts to refer to destroying a person's personality, their sense of their own aliveness.
Not everybody deserves to be in prison, and people can change and learn and grow.